This is nothing more than just egg, milk. There's no flour in these buns. This is really simple to make, and you will be shocked at how delicious they are. They actually add more flavor than if you were using a flour bun, which sucks the flavor out of the burger. So it's really, really simple. I'm gonna start with 5 eggs. This is gonna be the base, and this is obviously the protein, if you will, and the structure that's gonna hold the bun together. And you're just gonna whisk these together, all right? Now use a big bowl because you're gonna need to mix all of this, and it's gonna get a little bit tight, but that's the key, right? So we mix these here together. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 cups of dry milk powder. Sometimes it's marketed as dry milk flour, powdered milk, but it's just dry milk. So you're gonna slowly add this in a little bit at a time into the eggs, all right? And just be whisking the whole time. It's almost like you're making a vinaigrette, all right? So just slowly add that in. Oh yeah, there we go. If you haven't had dried milk, you'll find this very interesting. Just gonna keep mixing. Well, there we go. So now I'm adding, just so you know, I'm adding 2 cups of this dried milk powder, all right? So now we're just gonna kind of, see, I'm in like milk galore over here. There we go. Now this is gonna come together pretty tightly. At this stage of the game, we're gonna wanna add to this 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now this is coming together pretty tightly, but this is what we want, okay? We want this to be tight. And if you gotta get in now at this point with your hands to kind of knead it, feel free to do so. But the next step is going to be adding cheese into this. So we're gonna wanna, this is where you can add any type of cheese. And once again, I'm just gonna kind of pull this apart here, and I'm going to start to mix this with my hands. This is fun, you know, we're getting dirty. Now I'm gonna add my cheese. Now you can add Parmesan cheese, Gouda, cheddar, whatever you want. I prefer a hard cheese versus like a really, really melty cheese, but I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked Gouda here because I want that smoky flavor in these burgers. And you can do about, I don't know, 1/2 cup of cheese microplaned in there. So now I'm gonna use a wooden spoon to mix the rest of this. So just get the rest off of the whisk. And then from there, we'll start folding in the cheese. Okay, so as you see, this is pretty tight, right? This is kind of a hard dough. Now, obviously, when it bakes and the cheese melts and the milk powder loosens, it's gonna be much softer. But I'm gonna use this for my slider buns right now, and I'm just gonna take butter. Now, you wanna get a good amount of butter on the exterior because you don't want the milk solids to stick to these pans, right? You want these to slip right out. Plus the butter is flavor. You could also use beef tallow at this point if you wanted to, almost like you're making little Yorkshire pudding popovers, but the butter works fine. And I'm just gonna take these and I'm gonna pack them into these pans. Now this is gonna rise, so I fill it up about 3/4 of the way. I'm gonna throw these in a 350-degree oven and I'm gonna bake them for about 30 minutes until they're kind of golden brown on the exterior. Here we go. So I'm gonna make the sliders right now, just separate all this meat into 8s. Now the key is that you always wanna keep this meat pretty loose, right? People think that they have to pack and overpack burger meat, but it's actually the opposite. You wanna keep it loose because that's where you get all of the flavor through the meat and it's a much softer bite. Okay, so now the trick is, now typically, right, you're probably thinking like, oh, are you gonna sear them? Are you gonna throw them on the grill? Yeah, I would throw them on the grill or maybe in the oven, but I'm actually just gonna do oven sliders. When you overcook the exterior of your meat, sometimes it can be dried out, and since we're getting so much flavor from these keto buns, and I also don't wanna make a mess, I'm just gonna throw these in the oven. I'm gonna season them on the outside heavily, and I'm just gonna make these kind of big fat oven sliders. Now the key is that you wanna put a divot so that as it does rise, then it comes to even as opposed to that bow that you typically get on the burger. And you should be doing this with all your burger patties as you make them. Put a divot around the center because what's gonna happen is as that connective tissue comes together as the burger cooks, instead of it bowing up like that and all your toppings falling off the burger, instead, if you have that concave area, it comes to even and then all your ingredients can perfectly stack on top of the burger. So that's a little burger trick for you. See how loose I'm keeping these as well? Because that's what's gonna make the meat really nice and tender and not feel like it's overworked. So since I'm going in the oven with these, I do wanna add a little bit more flavor that otherwise we would have gotten off the grill. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put just a little dollop of butter in the center of each one of these burgers. That butter is gonna add a little bit of richness. It's gonna mix in with the beef fat. It's gonna be delicious. And then I'm gonna use one of my favorite burger seasonings, which actually comes from the Dad seasoning line. Once again, I don't have any financial relationship with them. This is just a product I really like. They make really good top shelf rubs for steaks and for fish, and obviously their salt, pepper, garlic seasoning I've talked about in the past. But this is their Island Umami Tres Padres. This is delicious and it goes great on grilled meats. So I'm just gonna kind of season these a little bit. And then halfway through cooking, I'm gonna flip these over and I'm actually gonna season it again. So I'm just gonna throw these in the 350-degree oven with the keto buns and let these finish for probably 12 minutes. I added a little bit of cheese to the burgers that were in the oven. The buns are just about done, so I'm gonna pull the meat and I'm gonna pull the buns and we're gonna put these together. There we go. One. Okay, whew, whew. That is hot. So as you see, now I might have overfilled these pans a little bit because these buns started to kind of grow, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim them so that they're more in the shape of a burger bun. Get my bread knife here, so I'm gonna pull all these out. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim the bottom off a little bit. And I'm gonna slice these guys just like that, right? So that's how we're gonna, look at that. Just look at that though. That's perfect. That is like a real bun. Okay, go bottom, top. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this because I've only got a few kids outside, right? Almost time to taste test. Oh, you're up to something here, huh? What I like to do, this is pretty hot, but I'm gonna take a little bit of the juice that was left over from the burgers and I'm just gonna kind of add that on there like a French dip, right? Because I baked the burgers, so there's a lot of flavor that's left over there. And a little bit of that beef fat, but that's what we want. There we go, right? So I trim these tops, but nonetheless. You guys want to taste some keto burgers? Here you go. Here.
What is keto burger?
It's like a flourless burger bun. Here, buddy. Here, I'll even try it with you guys. What do you guys think? Good buns? That's actually, I'm not gonna lie. That's good right there.